People-pleasing is one of the most detrimental habits we acquire. It is often learned in the womb, passed down from mother to child, and it is usually generational. For some, it is a habit learned to avoid having to feel any form of negative energy, judgment, or disapproval. These people are highly sensitive empaths. Every time you do something to please someone that is not in your highest and best interest, your body stores your denial of self. First in your stomach, then depending upon how you suppress your energy in other parts of your body. You will begin to notice your neck, shoulders, and jaw tighten, allowing dis-ease to fester. The knots that develop in those areas inhibit vital energy flow, allowing dis-ease to take hold. We use food and drink to suppress our emotions and energy, most often with processed food, leading towards inflammation and lethargy, internally as our bodies struggle to process any vitality it may hold. We create denials as our intuition screams for caution, as our body consumes itself with anxiety, stress, and parasites, leading towards dis-ease. Parasites come in many forms. Some are internal, others are external and feed on your energy. Allow yourself to be still, sink into your being, your vitality and awareness. Feel where there is throbbing, inflammation, and stress. Breathe deeply and instruct your body to relax and surrender to the vitality held in your integrity. Remember the places your body stores negative energy. The more you honor your integrity, eventually your body will hold its vitality in its highest frequency without the need to deny itself, leaving no room for vampires, sociopaths, and narcissists to feed on your light. People who tend to please are magnets for vampires, sociopaths, and narcissists. Some come to dump their woes, others come because you make them feel good, and some always need something. Most people who feed on other people's energy field are unaware they are pulling energy from others around them. It is learned in childhood, as the child is seeking a connection. Some vampires, sociopaths, and narcissists are conscious and aware they feed on the life force of others. These people seek out those with little to no boundaries, taking care to foster circumstances that raise your adrenaline, to feed on your reserves, leaving you exhausted, depleted, and trapped. Pay attention when you share space with others. Does your body unconsciously start leaning towards or away from them? Are you tired when they leave your presence? Most likely they were feeding on your energy. If you were leaning towards them, they were pulling energy from you. If you were leaning away from them, they were feeding on your life force and your body is in survival mode. It is important to acknowledge why you feel the need to please, whether or not it is returned in kind, and how that affects you. I was teaching a workshop and a woman came to me. She had been unable to speak above a whisper for 2 years. The doctors could not figure out what her issue was. I told her the main issue was that she was so locked up with repressed anger, her body was ready to explode. To which she replied, "I don't know what you're talking about. I have never in my life had an angry moment." I said, "Sure you have. You've just stored it all right here," and I poked her liver. I told her I would see her soon, and I walked out of the room. 2 hours later, she came storming into the room I was in, cussing at me at the top of her lungs, asking what the hell I did to her. I said, "I see you found your voice." She stopped and looked at me, and she started laughing, realizing she had. We then discussed how she had been shoving all of her angry moments into her body because she was too afraid to express them all of her life, for fear of hurting someone. A few weeks into working with her, she realized she had spent her entire life being someone different for each and every person she had a relationship with. Her clothing choices, her hairstyle, the food she ate, everything she did in the presence of the person she was pleasing. she became what they wanted her to be. She cut everybody off and spent 6 months going to meetups and social events on her journey toward self-discovery. What did she like? She tried different restaurants, explored new music, played with her wardrobe, and quite frankly, learned and discovered who she is. At the end of the 6 months, she went through her list of friends and introduced herself. Out of 28 people, she ended up with 4 friends who actually liked her. It's been 10 years. She's happy, healthy, and most importantly, knows what she wants from life and has learned when and how to say no and to ask when she needs assistance. You cannot please everyone, and you cannot please anyone if you don't please yourself first. Quiet resentment kills. Honor your integrity. Honor your desires. Live your truth regardless of others' judgment. Allow yourself to feel without fear of feeling other people's will for you to submit. Always allow for balance in your relationships without compromising your integrity. And if they don't appreciate your space in their lives, fuck 'em if they can't take a joke.